Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, we're here for another Diamond League. This time it is the Shanghai Suzhou Diamond League in China. So, China back to back 2 weeks straight. And we're here for another exciting show. Hopefully. I haven't seen anything exciting so far from the track, at the Diamond League. Well, then again, in the longer events, we did see, some good running, but nothing in the sprint so far, nothing to really, grab us. So hopefully this week we get some fire. There's a lot of chatter out there in terms of, what these guys slash girls will be able to do. So show us something. Show us something to get us pumped and excited. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. As usual, y'all know what to do. Hit that like button once you're here. The Diamond League has not yet begun. It will begin at 6 a.m. my time, and my time is now 5:41. So that's when it's scheduled to begin. So we have a good little 20 minutes to chatter our faces off. Until then, just want you guys to sound off in the comment section as usual. Bonjour, Compton Joe. Just sound off in the comment section as usual. My voice is going. And let me know who is here so that we can get the show popping. All right, so until I see some comments coming in, I just want to go over a few things from yesterday. One, I did a video talking about what Christian Coleman spoke of when he said that the guys that are currently competing, are not far off from the 100-meter world record. I think a lot of people probably misunderstood what I was saying in the video in terms of, going after a world record. Of course, when Noah Lyle said the same thing last season, a lot of people were bashing him. I said, what's the point of being in the sport if you're not going to try to be the best and go after world records and try to break them? That's the whole point of, entering a sport. You want to be the best you can be. And if you want to, and if you can be the best ever, then sure, why not go after it? So I have absolutely no issue. So let's say, for instance, Christian Coleman had said, you know what, my end game is to hopefully one day be able to challenge the world record. That's my aim. So I'm going to keep working at it. You know what I mean? Technology is ever improving, perfect conditions. Maybe I'll be able to get it one day. Sure. You know what I mean? But for a short sprinter, I think there's a certain understanding in terms of the incremental, you know, um, I guess difficulty you would say, for an athlete to hit, particular times, and you may be looking at maybe 3/10 of a second and be thinking, oh, it doesn't look like a huge gap, but when it comes to short sprints, it's a huge gap, and I just felt like it was disingenuous of Christian Coleman to say that whatever times the guys are producing no, which and I did quote in the video that the best when we look in recent years was a 9.83. To say a 9.83 is not far off. That's wild. 9.83 is far off, you know? And for him to say that to me personally was disingenuous, and again it's the wildest thing I think I've heard. I mean, it's even wilder than when you hear, Noah Lyles drop sometimes over the 100 meters, sometimes that he says he'll run. When you look at his trend and you may say, oh, Noah Lyles is not going to hit that because clearly, you know what I mean? It doesn't really appear that way based on, just talent wise and where he's trending to. But overall, just looking at a world record that has been put out there at 9.5, and to say you're not far off while you're at 9.8 for me is ridiculous and it's wild. So I don't want people to misunderstand and think, I don't want Christian Coleman to shoot his shot. Sure, shoot your shot and go after the world record. I have no issues with that, but we're not going to be disingenuous with what that record really is and what it's going to take to get there, in my opinion. So that's just it. I don't want anybody to misunderstand again, because I think a lot of Americans misunderstand when I speak a lot. They take it for hate. It's everything is not hate, guys. It's not hate, so it is what it is. Hey, Mike Kane. Hey, Black African. What's up? So yeah, no Diamond League has not begun yet. It will begin in 15 minutes. So I'm just waiting for that to come up. So yeah, just wanted to clear up whatever misunderstanding may have existed with my take with the whole Christian Coleman and what he said. Another interesting thing that happened yesterday was Akila Smith jumping 7.10 meters, and this is outdoors. First jump. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Like day by day, I just get even more excited for the Olympic Games because, I strongly believe, and I've been saying this for a while, that I believe that Jamaica is just going to have one of those, superb. You remember when we came out in China? Back in 2008, and it was just so crazy, and it was like Jamaica took over the whole Olympics. I mean, granted, track and field or athletics is just one segment of the Olympic Games, but Jamaica came out of it like, we stormed everybody. Gosh, I don't even know where we ended on the medal table back then, because clearly when you factor in all the other sports, then we're nowhere we're nowhere in the conversation. But it was just such a big moment for Jamaica back then. And honestly, I'm just getting the vibe that this is also going to be a big year for us. But back then, it was mainly in the track. But this time around, they're going to be the track and the field. I think both of them are going to carry weight. I think both of them are evenly distributed at this particular point. When we look at the possibilities in terms of medals that we can receive, um, I would say it's equally distributed, because when you look at it from a long jump perspective, we have world class in the female and the men. We have in the triple jump as well, world class male and female. We have discus, we have shot put. Um, and I see Rajendra over there also, getting that experience, well needed experience. And I think, the third time is going to be the charm for him. He's had two championships where he's unfortunately fouled out, right? So hopefully the third time is going to be the charm. And guess what? The third time is the Olympic Games. So let's see what happens when he gets there. But I love the consistency more than anything that I'm seeing when he's competing at these meetings. Overall, just very, very consistent, either high 21s, or in the 22 meters, right? So amazing performances so far that I'm seeing. What other field events am I missing? Because sometimes I start talking and I just, forget the rest of them. But anyway, I think I pretty much got them. But yeah. Um, hey Jeff, what's up? Black African says enjoying my bush tea and your soothing voice. Thank you. Enjoy the show for sure. How are you today? I'm fine. Genuinely asking, I know how content making can be a lot sometimes. I hope you're okay. You look looking absolutely fab. As always. Well, beat skin tone on fleek. Look here, let me tell you something. Since I've been back doing lives a lot, I don't know, maybe it's a light, but I've been getting crazy breakouts on my face because I'm wearing a lot of makeup. Well, it's not a lot because I don't wear a lot of makeup, you know what I mean? But I'm back wearing makeup and my face apparently doesn't like it. So right now it's a struggle. It's a real fight because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm back here again. So after the season last year, I kind of was missing from, being on video because I was taking care of my skin. And I got it back, to be at a certain level where I'm like, okay, great. But no, I'm just like, I'm back to square one and I'm like, oh, what's happening here? Oh my gosh. But Jeb, yeah, content creating is a lot. Sometimes it is draining, especially for content creating that is scheduled around somebody else's schedule. You know what I mean? So I'm saying this to say content creators that can just create videos based on their own schedule, can really get the time down perfect where they don't have to be stressing themselves out. But let me give you an example, like a good weekend in track and field is like, here I am early in the morning and I'm going all the way back to night, because depending on where you are in the US, some of these meets run really, really late. So I'm up until God he knows, creating content or just keeping abreast of what's going on in track and field world to see if I need to talk about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it gets draining sometimes. And then sometimes I get demotivated as well. Some people don't understand, because I'm also a fan of the sport and I'm also looking to see great stuff happen. And when it's not happening, I do get bugged out and I'm left looking like how sometimes you all are left looking and wondering like what's going on. Why am I not getting it this type of excitement that I'm looking for in track and field? You know what I mean? So Yeah, I'm still human at the end of the day, so I still go through, all of the emotions all everybody else goes through, you know what I mean? Will it be on TVJ? No, it will be on, I believe, Flow Sports. And I think Sportsmax has it as well this season. If I'm not mistaken, Sportsmax probably has it as well. But I think it's probably best bet is Flow Sports. Yes, guys, please hit the like. Hey, Tony. Greetings, Elaine, big sister. Bless up to you. Look here. Be careful. I don't want nobody to go around here in these streets and saying I'm saying such things, because you know what? And if there are any mods in here, this is something that I want you guys to be abreast of. Recently, I realized that there are a few people that have been coming over to the page just to hate. Not They don't have anything to say about, track and field, as it relates to my opinion and my take. And some people have the view that I always want people to agree with me. No, actually, when you guys disagree with me, I learn more, because I get to look at a different, perspective. When everybody's agreeing, then I'm not necessarily growing as an individual, right? So I love when people disagree with me, and then I love going back and forth. I don't go back and forth that much again in the chat, to be fair, but I actually love going back and forth, trading views to see, whose view holds more weight at the end of the day. That's just my take. But I've just noticed recently that there are a few people that are apparently hating on the fact that TXT track time is growing. Um, this is a platform that I've built up from the ground. I remind you guys all the time, when I started, getting 10 subscribers was amazing. Getting 100 was mind blowing to me. When I got 1,000, I was literally just utterly shocked, and I could not believe. I'm like, 1,000 people actually want to watch, TXT track time. That's wild. Until we're here at this particular point. So this took a lot of hard work, it's kind of wild, especially that I'm probably one of the only females. No, I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I do believe that in terms of competing strongly with the best men that are out there in this, little space right now, I'm the best female that's there. And it's wild to me that you want to attack me, you know, over, some of the other wild things that I've seen here on YouTube. That's interesting. Going as far as saying I'm a channel that always, what was it saying? That's always bashing athletes. That's always bashing athletes. The last time I checked, you guys are always telling me that I live in La La Land. You know what I mean? And I'm way too optimistic about, what is to come from these athletes. But next thing I'm hearing, oh, I'm, always tearing down the athletes. I said, what? Wait, now? So because I have, certain strong opinions when it comes to, the relay, certain structures from a Jamaican perspective that could be better. You know what I mean? Nobody likes when you call people out, apparently, in Jamaica. You should just see issues and, pay a blind eye to it and act like you don't see it. That's the vibe I get. So when you call out certain things, all of a sudden you're tearing down your Jamaican athletes. And I'm like, what? All I do all day, every day on my channel is, go ham on Jamaican athletes and say, how great they're going to be potentially in the future. You know what I mean? So where is this coming from? Because I question what's going on with the relay. I'm not gonna stop. You know what I mean? There's an issue, and I'm gonna keep talking about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just want some of you mods, when you see these people that are, pestering me, feel free to block away. You know what I mean? Maybe after a few warnings here and there, but yeah. Um, it's just wild to me, as I said. Uh, it's something I really wanted to touch on Wednesday, but Wednesday I had a power outage, so I didn't get to do my live, unfortunately. It is what it is, but yeah. Hey Shem, where am I? Oh, I think I missed some comments. Oh, let me go back up a bit. Du-du-du. Hey boss dog, what's up? Have you already been through the testing phase of which brands work well with your skin, etc.? Right now, I'm just trying a whole bunch of stuff. I keep buying and buying and buying and buying. I go to the dermatologist as well, which I still have a bunch of products that I received, maybe I think back in, I want to say, October, but they last so long. So I still have those ones. But the problem is that because I'm using the makeup, I'm thinking that I need some more, but I'm not trying to go to the dermatologist and spend 50K right now. Going to the dermatologist is not cheap. So I'm not trying to be spending 50K on my face. So I'm trying to find workarounds. I'm really looking at CeraVe right now as a brand, just overall, to see if I can get a range of their products to see if it will be able to work well with me. If not, then I'll just keep moving until I take my cheap self and go back to the dermatologist again. Don't be like Flow Track with their boring commentary. Oh hell no! And that's another thing too. Like people are expecting me. So guys, I love when I go back and forth with you guys, as I said, and I believe that we've built up a rapport where I can talk to you guys and you guys can talk to me. But recently as well, I've been hearing or people have been coming and saying, why am I, addressing the people in the comments? I'm like, "Well, this is what I always do over here. I always talk to y'all. Like, why is it a problem now? You know what I mean? I'm like, some of y'all are just wild and crazy to me. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna have nobody tear down my platform just because of jealousy, just because you can't have a platform like mine, I guess. Because let me tell you something that I've noticed. There are a lot of people that have done track, you know what I mean, and believe that they can speak about track, but then when they try to speak about track and field, they realize that, oh, they're not as versed as they thought they were. You know what I mean? Or maybe they're too mindful of, other people's thoughts. Maybe they're loving likes and they're afraid to say certain things about certain athletes because maybe they'll fall out with the athlete, whatever the case is. But long story short is they're not able to deliver proper content. You know what I mean? And just start to hate. They just start to hate. And for me, it's just wild. You know what I mean? But I'm here to block them, as I said. Y'all can, you guys know I'm Blockiana. You guys know I'm Blockiana. So we have 3 minutes to go. Is this three? Yes, we have 3 minutes to go. So y'all can call me Blockiana. Some of them come over here just to curse you out about Shakiri. And if I talk about Shakiri, it's always hate. Even when I'm not saying anything bad, I'm hating on Shakiri. I'm like, okay, I can't win. I can't win when it comes to Shakira. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, do what I have to do and leave it alone. If they want to say it's hate, it is what it is. Hey, oh, that wasn't from me. The fact is you're growing with great analysis and knowledge and foresight, and that's expected that a few dunces will flock to your platform. Yeah, but it's people that are in the track and field world. And I don't know if you've heard me say that track and field when I just started was like a members only club. So they're still treating it like a members only club, and they're like, how dare me, a non-athlete want to speak about track and field. Yeah, and I'm like, it's not my fault that you can't speak about track and field. I'm like, what? Um, hey Dondina, what's up? They're trying to tear you down to lift up other channels. I realized that's what they're trying to do. And if it's one thing I know, with all the hard work that I put into this channel, there's no way that these people are going to break me. But I just find it interesting that with so much going on YouTube, with so many people now in this space, because there are a lot of track and field channels now, the person that they choose to go after is me. Um, wow, the chick from Bahamas is on fire. Did I miss something? Benzoyl peroxide is very good. I think I have that right now. I have so many things. I have so many things. And the problem is that my skin is sensitive, so I can't use too many things as well. I have to try to make sure I'm using the things as mild as possible, because now, again, you can't see it underneath the makeup, but I'm using so many things now that it has burnt my skin. So my skin is literally burnt and stripping, and it's yeah, it's I'm going through it. Hey Chat Diamond, good morning. um T, remember you had over 3,500 people watching live during the last year's 100-meter final. So imagine the Olympics. I know. I think people are trying to. I think people see the potential that TXC Track Time has, and especially and when I realized it started to happen. I don't know if you guys remember. I was over on Coach's Decks one day. Was it Coach's Decks? I think, and we were talking. Or was it my channel? I don't remember. And we were talking about just future and vision. And I just realized that after that, I just started to receive a lot of hate, and I'm like, what? What's going on here? You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of potential for TXT Track Time. and we're going places. And clearly, you guys have been with me and have been carrying me through this. So, yeah. Thank you, Chat Diamond. I appreciate it. Um, People love fakeness too much. I like fairness and somebody who will stir the pot and shake the table. Keep pushing TXT track time. All right, so the Diamond League is. Let me turn this thing on. Where is it? Not me listening to a Japanese advertisement, child. Okay, so I had to stop the noise. Okay, great. So now I'm back. Okay, so the Diamond League should begin with a 400, and we have a couple of entrants here. Definitely in my process. Let me just open it up real quick. Um, this is my view on the 400 meters over the years is that as you age in the program, you get better and better. So my opinion is that Stephanie is not done. But I'm also thinking that, probably the torch has been passed um, to Sade. From an MVP perspective, when you talk about who is potentially the best athlete out there right now from MVP, the best 400-meter athlete, I'm definitely thinking Sade at this point. Just had to refresh real quick. Okay, so again, as I said, so in this field, in lane one, we have Haruna from Japan. In lane two, we have Elvis from Colombia. In lane three, we have Kaylin Whitney from the United States. In lane four, Stephanie and McPherson. In lane five, Talitha Diggs, I'm expecting a good run from Talitha Diggs. Marley Paulina took the win last week. She's also here as well, expecting a good run from her. Sada didn't really give me the run I was looking forward to seeing last week. But again, let's see what she does this week. As well, there is Aliyah Abrams from Guyana that is here as well. Persons that I'm looking forward to see really be up in the top finishers in this race is definitely Paulino, definitely Sade, and definitely Talitha Data. Let's see what in this particular race. I know she was injured last season. She hasn't really started strong this season, but again, let us see. Some time has passed, and she's back on the Diamond League now competing. So let us see how that will go. And for once, my feed is ahead of y'all. When it comes to the Diamond League, I think because I don't have to go through TVJ, I think TVJ probably has it delayed. I think somebody told me that some time ago because the feed is delayed on their end. It's even more delayed for me. So, but with this one, it's not delayed, thankfully, so I can get the info to you guys in a good time without being way, way behind. All right, so they're getting in their blocks. Adidas has a special yellow kit for the winners from the World Championships. I don't know if I prefer it over the brown thing, but anyway, let's go. Um, Sets. All right, and they are off. Pretty good break. All right, and looks like Talitha Diggs is getting a good run there up on Marlady Paulino. Let us see there. Still watching Stephanie. For now, the one that looks like she's leading based on the saga is Talitha Diggs. Also, Kaylin Whitney looks like she's making a move on the inside of Stephanie and McPherson. My Lady Pauline is getting left a bit. That's interesting. Sade is out there in lane eight really strongly. So let's see what happens when they come into the straight. Okay, so Sade is leading on the straight, but here comes My Lady Paulina. No, she's gets the lead and she is moving away from the figure. Here comes Talisa Diggs. There is Sade in second and Ken Whitney in fourth. All right, let's see the time. 50.89 for the win for My Lady Paulino. Talisa Diggs came in second. And in third place was Sade. Pretty much what I thought in terms of performances. The times, the times. Yeah, a very conservative first 200 from her. I have to say, very. She didn't really get up to that flying start. All right, so the times are Talitha Diggs in second, 51.77. Sade in third, 52 seconds on the nose. Kaden Whitley in fourth, 52.55 seconds. And then we had Stephanie and McPherson in sixth. It seems tight sixth place with 53.75. So that's an improvement on her season best, which was 54.02 seconds. So, I mean, not that big improvement, but an improvement nonetheless. So we have to take it as we're getting it. She's trending in the right direction, and Stephanie has a wealth of experience as well. So hopefully, by the time the trials rolls around, we'll be able to see the best version of her turn up on the track and be able to challenge. Because you know what, this is one of those years where I'm seeing a lot of athletes really break out in the 400 meters. And we're also seeing a lot of great things, on the horizon for a lot of these athletes in terms of the 4x4 when, they put a team together for their country. And Jamaica is looking like, we're not really on the strongest foot this year. So we need everybody. So we need Stephanie back at her best. Everybody that we can have right now at their best, I want, for sure. Another thing I noticed recently, I forgot to mention it. And oh, this was supposed to be part of my live, but well, the live never happened because I had power issues. But something I wanted to point out was, you remember last year when I was pointing out Botswana and that 4x4? You see how a lot of people are now hopping onto that Botswana 4x4 team? I saw that from, I hope some of y'all remember when I was talking about Botswana and the possible 4x4 team. Come into 2024 and see what is happening now. So, yeah, I pretty much called it. Botswana is going to have a very, very strong 4x4 team at the Olympic Games, right? So, Jamaica has to keep abreast of all these countries. So not only we have the content with the USAs that are always there. On the men's side, what are the other countries? Bahamas, Trinidad. What other European countries am I missing? Belgium. I think Germany is putting together a strong team too. So Jamaica has to be abreast of whatever is going on, globally in terms of the 4x4 and start to think about, how best to navigate not only a final for a medal, but also navigating the rounds. We can't let what happened to us last year happen again, where we blunder in terms of, selecting people for, rounds and we don't make it to the finals. Now I know that this is gonna happen in the flat event for the 400 for the men or the women, but it certainly did happen in the mixed relay, and so we can't let that happen again. We have to make sure that we're abreast of everything that is happening, and I mean by we, I mean the powers that be, right? It seems as though they're lost in la la land and not really sure what's going on, right? So we have to be abreast of whatever is going on globally for sure. Um, but man, I go kill them. You citrus juice to clean your gut. My gut dermatologist is a scam. Um, salt and citrus juice. Are you saying I should drink that? What do you mean to clean my gut? I'm not sure I understand thinkly. I don't necessarily think so. I think that I have one of those type of skins where if my face gets used to the product, it's like it doesn't work again. So like my first few times going, everything was fine and dandy, but then no, it's harder. It doesn't work as good as it worked the first few times going. You know what I mean? Your channel is growing for a reason. Keep doing what you're doing. Trolls will come and go. They're irrelevant. I watch some other YouTubers and they are not as knowledgeable as you are. So stay strong. I will. Internet trolls are trolling everybody that's making ground. It's like a hazing tactics. Yeah, but it's just strange as I said. Because, all right, let me give you an example of what I mean. So last week, y'all know I did the video. The video was called. So there's nothing happening right now. Well, there's a shot put happening, but there's nothing happening in the track. So I'm saying you guys are not really missing anything. Last week I did the video about Shakiri losing the 100 meters and I not the 100 meters, the 200 meters, right? And I said nobody. So for me, I don't know. I guess it's probably how Jamaicans talk, but it's always good to listen to other people's perspective and see how they take what nobody means. But I just remember I posted the video not even a minute and I'm back over because this is me. This is a Saturday. So I'm just, trying to, be abreast of everything that's happening and keep recording and keep putting out content. And I just remember somebody reaching out to me and saying to me and showing me a picture, that was posted on social media and saying, you know, what's going on with these titles. I was laughing and I was like, me, my titles are always wild, but for me it was harmless. So I wasn't thinking anything biggie. So I even said to the person, hey, I didn't say anything bad in the video, so it is what it is, and I moved on with my life, right? Only thing to go back into my comment section, a bit later, because as I said, I'm working and I'm creating other content and see, that people really took an issue with me saying nobody. So I read a few comments and I was like, oh, that's how you all took it. That's not what I meant. But okay, I get what you all are saying. So I switched it out pretty much immediately when I saw that, everybody was having, a different view on the whole nobody thing. Right. So I pretty much switched it out. But I just remember somebody taking that snippet of what the person posted online and then, you know, reposting it as their own post and saying all this channel does is tear down people. And I'm not quoting it as the exact words, but they said something along the lines of all this channel does is tear down people. You know what I mean? So I was like, is that all I do? I was like, wow. But you know what's interesting? Because I checked in the comment section of what people were saying in terms of the replies. And I have to say, trackies, you all are definitely out in the street really defending TXT track time. And they're like, listen, you may say that the thumbnail was in poor taste, right? Definitely not the best choice of words, but you can't say that her channel is doing this because that's not true. That's just not true. If you watch her channel, you will see that she's not doing this. So it was just interesting to me again that that was the view. But again, there's so many trackies out there in these streets that that are also part of because I don't really use social media that much. Everybody knows, right? So it was great to see people out there defending me, and I was like, okay, great. So I'm like, at least they trackies know that I'm not out here, tearing down athletes. Because I was like, what? Since when am I doing that? You know what I mean? Guys, I want to tell you the shot put because I think it's finished. All right, so Daniel Thomas Dodd throws 19.08, so that's an improvement on what she did last week, and she finishes eighth. The winner this time, though, is Chase Jackson, formerly Chase Ely. She throws 20.0 meters. Sarah Mitton throws 19.8 meters. Um, Lee Young Song throws 19.83, and Lee Gong that won last week was fourth with 19.61. Right, so again, yeah, as you can see, the distances are incrementally getting further and further. I really want this season, Danielle, to get over again 20 meters. I don't know if it's possible, but I can hope for it, right? So again, that's the ballpark if you want to be in the conversation for medaling. There's so many people that are good, and they're not even all of them right here. Um, for sure, Dongmo isn't here. I haven't seen Dongmo. Have I seen Dongmo all season? I don't think I recall seeing her indoors either. Right, so Dongmo isn't here. So there are quite a few other people that we have to look out for in the shot put that are really world class as well. So I really want Daniel again to get back in the conversation. Right, let's get back. Let's get Salwa is coming to kick some ass. I've been looking out for her for sure. I'm excited. Oh, massive win in the 5,000 meters. Um, Lord. this name. Almetsif, Mercedes world lead personal best 14 minutes 36.70, getting the better of let's say in bet Giddy. Oh, who finished third? Oh, I didn't see the 5,000 happened before I think the stream started. The 5,000 meter is not a Diamond League event. So let me go back and look at it. As in a diamond event. I've been watching the Ethiopians, this season Ethiopians seem very, very strong. Lots of people coming out of the woodworks. So this is gonna be Olympic Games one for the record books. And again, a lot of person as a matter of fact, gosh dang, this whole field is filled with majority personal bests and then the rest of them seasons best. Oh my gosh, this was a hell of a race. So the win was again a world lead and a personal best. The men's 100 meters up already. Wow, so what end this? I heard us saying, let me come out of this and get into the men's 100 real quick, real quick. I saw last week I was rewatching the Coleman versus Fred Curley in this race, and of course Akeem Blake. And I did notice something interesting was that Fred Curley actually got a better start than Christian Coleman, and Christian Coleman ran back. I'm actually loving Christian Coleman's race distribution now than I did back when he just came on the scene because for me his start was just way too fast and then he faded, a whole lot crazy. Visible to the eye, you'd say, over that last 40 meters of the race. But no, I'm getting a nice balanced execution. Clearly not as fast as he was back then, but a nice balanced execution. I see a lot of people, saying that based on how Fred Curley started last week, Fred Curley could walk away with the win. I do think that this race is between Fred Curley and Christian Coleman. However, I am hoping that Akeem Blake can be in the conversation because again, these are not the only strong Americans that are out there. And again, when we start adding people to the pile, the chances of Akeem Blake one medaling starts to look slimmer and slimmer, I think. So I'm just hoping. Oh, Ron Hutch here as well. Guys, I'm just hoping for better times. To be fair. I'm just looking for something better than what I saw last week. I don't know if it was, the fact that a lot of these athletes were traveling, over to China for the first event, why the times were the way they were. But then when I look at what the hurdlers did, I'm like, so how does it apply to the hurdlers? Because the hurdlers always seem to run good. I don't know if I can even use that as an excuse. You know what I mean? I don't know. The sprint is just not giving me fire. It's not giving me explosive. I don't know if everybody is just really trying to target their championships this year, get into the USA championships, get into the Jamaican championships while we're not really seeing any fast times just yet. But I think even in years where everybody is still focused on getting to their national championships to make a team, we've still seen, good performances. I don't really know what's happening. I don't know why Nike always makes their uniforms to look like the USA uniform. It's frustrating. There must be a way to differentiate. And I know it's pink. I think this is pink. I know it's pink, so clearly it's not really the same. But it just looks too, similar to the USA uniform. They need to just make the circuit uniform completely different from whatever kit, the athletes are wearing when they compete internationally for their country. All right, the race is off. Christian Coleman gets a better start. Fred Gurley also gets a good start. Here comes Akeem Blake as well. Akeem Blake is in the conversation. Oh God, Akeem Simbine! Oh my God, Akeem Simbine had a solid run through from way behind as well. He was like fourth and he came storming through to take the win. 10.01 seconds. Whoa! He ate that field up. He just moved through the field. It's like everybody was at a standstill. What? So Akini Simbine runs 10-0 on Christian Coleman runs 10:04. Fred Curley 10.11. Esime 10.17. Akeem Blake 10.23. Rohan Watson 10.29. Guys, I don't know. What is happening? How many races has Simbine run so far? Because I know South Africans tend to get into their season much earlier than everybody else. Um, right, but gosh, he has such a great run through towards the end. Good. Solid final 40. Solid final 40. Boy, I don't know what to say about Fred Curly at all in this race, yeah. I know watch it again and see. Fred Curly got a good start. He was pretty much level with Christian Coleman, but Christian Coleman stepped away, got a good lead on the field. I think he probably tightened a bit. Yeah, he looks a lot tight, for sure, Christian Coleman. Didn't look relaxed at all in the race. Akeem Blake ended up easing a bit, and I guess that's what caused the Xavier to finish ahead of him, guys. Doesn't matter where you're placing in the race, please execute through the line. That's all I ask for. Just execute through the line. I don't know. This 100 meters is. I actually can't see a favorite in the 100 meters right now. And I mean, of the people that are already competing, I don't see a solid favorite. Like sometimes you can tell who is going to head to the championships and, gather a medal. Um, I'm not getting solid favorite. Even though Christian Coleman is slightly ahead of the pack, based on what I'm seeing here, it's not as it doesn't give me I'm that much better than everybody else. And then to Hawks, as Kanye Simbina just ran down everybody a while ago. He now throws his hat in. He's always been there, roughly around fourth is at championships most of the times, fourth, fifth-ish. So it's still interesting. Um, interesting. Charlie, I'm not hope. I'm not hope. Is there a stream you can watch it on? Um, Jordan, I'm gonna text it in the chat, so look out in the chat. Um, okay. Put it in the chat, Jordan. Um, Paulina was never in danger. Well, yeah, for sure. She had the field covered. Netherlands, oh, for the men, okay. Poland, right, right. You see? So Jamaica has to be very much consistent with how we select our team. Hon, I called Botswana since 2019. They, they lost some of their top athletes, yeah, for sure. And some of them have also, I believe, phased out based on. I don't see what's his name again. And he had the issue where they blocked him from running. I believe in was it the Olympic Games, and then they had to add him back. Oh no, it wasn't Olympic. No, it was London 2017. His name is slipping me right now, but I think there are a few of their athletes have also phased out in terms of age, right? But they have a very strong team this year, and they're very young as well. So I'm looking out for them for sure. The African countries seem to be rated by these oil-rich countries, but then again, when you think about it, there are so many athletes that run for these countries that if they stay, then they're probably never going to get anywhere in the sport or make any money. So it probably makes sense to do that. So I can't even fault them. Um, like when you say about them are dominating as well, there are a few Jamaicans that switch allegiance because of the same problem. So I can't really fault them. You know what I mean? There are a lot of countries coming hot this year in track and field for sure. Yeah, Paulina has dominated 2 weeks in a row. But Botswana will also be a threat in the mixed 4x4 come 2026. Their females are developing fast. They are unlocking the next Amanto Moncho. You know who else I was looking at that looks like they're also coming, in a few years as well? Nigeria. Nigeria looks like they're gonna have a strong team, 4x1, um, possible 4x4, but I'm thinking maybe 4x1 mostly right now, very soon. So yeah, a lot of countries are stepping things up, and I feel like Jamaica is kind of going backwards in terms of our preparation. I don't even know. Um, It wasn't a channel that reposted it. It was a popular track page on Twitter. Very, very popular track page on Twitter. Um, anyway, Mrs. Sandov takes a track time or coaches like I can promise I will say nice things, but me I got this whoever call on the name. Dangmo is injured since indoors. And another athlete, as you mentioned, indoors. So I didn't get to touch on her. So there's another major athlete that was injured in the triple jump. Of course, the world record holder. She's going to be out. And then Jasmine Sawyers, I think in the long jump recently, Achilles issue. I'm like, whoa. For those who are underestimating the Achilles issues, I'm seeing a lot of Achilles issues this year. A lot. In the men's 4x4, Bahamas on the rise. Yes, for sure. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Plus the women. Their women are also on the rise as well. I'm watching them. Their women are definitely on the rise in that 4x1 as well. For sure. They have quite a few people that they can either switch from different events to put in the 4x1. They can drag from the hurdles. They can even still pull from a 400-meter perspective and get a solid, 4x1 team going for Paris for sure. Um, so the high jump is on track, is on the screen. Let me see what's happening. We have a Jamaican here. Let me see if he's still in the conversation. All right, so Christoph Bryan fouled out at 2.16 meters, so he's no longer in the competition for the high jump. I hear some channels saying there will be a Paul versus McLaughlin versus Miller. Is this true? OMG, I can't wait. Let Paulina in too. Is that like on the circuit or are you talking about like championships? Guys, you see when it comes to Shawnee, I don't know what Shawnee is doing. Um, because I keep remembering that Shawnee said she was switching over to the multis. So I'm kind of confused. I'm also confused as it relates to what Sydney is doing. The only person I know what they're doing is Ball, and Ball is not going to be doing the four. Ball is going to be focused on the hurdles. So I don't know. And this is from a championship perspective. Now, when it comes to the circuit, that's always a great matchup. Throwing Salwa Idnasa as well. Again, Paulino. That's a great 400-meter race. Um, it's all about cleaning the gut. Use lemon to cleanse. Oh, the skin is a reflection of the gut. You know what I've been drinking? What's that thing that they call? Bitters. I don't know what they used to make it, but I was referring to drink it recently. Child, that is bitter as I don't know what to say. It's the most bitter thing I've ever tasted in my life. I mean, it's literally stuck in your mouth all day. Is it my phone or is tea breaking up? I don't know. Guys, am I breaking up? Is this a thing that everybody's experiencing? Alright, so the 3,000 stitches change on flat now. So this one goes. Richard Chepkoech is here. Chimitai is here. Chepkoech is here as well. Alemu is here. Chirona is here. Colburn is here. So a lot of people are here in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Let's see how it goes. Um, 10:01 is coming. Oh, told y'all that Akeem would perform good. Forwarding. You guys are so crazy. Um, and him said 9.5 is what he said, not far off. Again, and that's why I made mention of it earlier today. I have no issue with people saying that they're going after the world record because that's what you're supposed to do in every sport. Try to be the best ever. You know what I mean? But to say that they're not far off from the world record to me is wild when they can't even break when they're struggling to break 10 seconds as we speak. Plus, also, when I look at the fastest, most recent time, that's a 9.83. That's far off from the world record. So to say it's not far off to me is the wildest thing I've ever heard. You called Simbine. Good running from him. Very good running. Simbine was in that race. Or did he run the 200 meters? No, I think it was Estime was in the race. The race at what was the name? Kipchena Classic, the 100 meters. Who was in that race? The American took the win. Very good run. I'm looking out for what he'll be able to do over the double this year. Kung Fu Kenny. But I'm trying to remember who else was in the race. I do know that the Kenyan star there was in there as well, but he didn't place well. Also in the race, I think was a Esime. But I don't think I recall Simbina being in that race. I think he was at the meet, but I don't think he was running the one. I think he probably ran the two, if I'm not mistaken. But his season has been going well so far, so that's good. How much did Hakeem come? He came, what was it, fourth? I think it's fourth. He came with a 10.23. No, fifth. No, fifth, right. So he came fifth with a 10.23. So it was Simbine, um, then Christian Coleman, then Fred Curley, then Esime, then we had the two Jamaicans finishing right behind them, which is um Akeem and Rohan. Osimhen is running a lot of 200 meters in workout. Plus also in competition it seems as well. So he definitely looks a bit, I would say, warmer than everybody else. It'll be interesting to see how the season pans out, but I'm not gonna lie, the 100 meters is not really giving life just yet. As a matter of fact, the 200 meters looks way more interesting than the one right now. Just recently, as Zimbabwean broke the national record running, I believe, 19.93 seconds over the 200 meters. The 200 meters is doing great things so far. Great, great things. The Americans are putting gold medals around their necks already. They better think again. Civil is coming soon. Yeah, plus the Jamaicans haven't. Well, let me not say Jamaicans because what am I saying? Akeem is here and Rohan is here, but I'm saying, Jamaicans that we're really looking to see figure big, I would say the are the best, I would say, is Oblique, and we haven't seen Kishane yet. I'm hoping that there's not really anything going on with Kishane. I've seen him making some subliminals on his social media talking about, going through hard times and stuff like that, and having tough workouts and stuff like that. So I'm just hoping that everything is going great for him. I just noticed that he's been making some interesting posts recently. So I'm just hoping that everything is going good for him. But yeah, Jamaica is coming. Oblique. I can't wait to see Oblique line up over that one. But I'm excited for his two as well. I'm just hoping that they don't stop the two. As long as he's healthy, I hope he keeps running the two. You know what I mean? Um, well, Kung Fu Kenny might actually make the USA team in the 100. He's looking strong. I love what I'm seeing from Kung Fu Kenny. And again, just want to point out that recently America seemed to have a relay camp. I saw Kung Fu Kenny post about it, so they went off and had the little relay camp thing there, that they're running. So just want to stress it that again, America seems to be trying to do everything that they can. Now, clearly, mishaps will still happen. I don't want people to use this as an excuse to say, "Oh, but some people practice and they still have mishaps." Yes, sometimes you can't predict a mishap, but you can prepare for the best outcome to try to have the best outcome. And I think that's what we want our Jamaicans to do. But yeah, Kung Fu Ken is looking really, really good. All right, so Chip Roach is leading the 3,000 meter steeplechase. So let's see. Oh, means I can see the. No, they're not showing me the current. Okay, they're not showing me the current field. But all right. You do not forget it's April. Yeah, I know it's April, guys. But I'm just not getting fired up by what I'm seeing. It's just not giving anything major at this point. Isaac Makwala, right. Isaac Makwala is the one that I was trying to remember. Mathina has retired. Nigeria to the world. Yeah, man, Nigeria is definitely coming. Our best athletes have not opened their season. Blake 10-2-3, Watson 10-2-9. They are starting to keep these Diamond Leagues meets very early. Yeah, because no, they've added more. So they've added more Diamond Leagues. So as such, um, we're getting, a few more early performances. But what I will say though is separate apart from the Diamond League, we still have like local development meets that the athletes would be running at. Um, You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think I'd still be seeing. You know what? Let me not just randomly say this. Let me go to Akeem Blake's um season last year and see. Let me see how he trended last year. Because honestly, y'all know I'm all for the Jamaicans. So I really want to see what the trending was last year, 2023. We're in April, right? So April 8th, all right, not April 8th, 'cause that wasn't legal. All right, let me go to April 2022. Last year he was already sub 10, 9.99 at the Velocity Fest in April. Right. And he had two more races before that, but I'm not mentioning them because they were illegal. Right. So yeah, I'm not crazy in thinking that the times are not giving me, anything, what was he was doing last year. But what I will say is that after really starting off strong, he faded at towards the end of the season. So maybe they're trying to reverse things this year where, come out a bit slower and, end off the bang. So probably that is the case. Again, as I say, targeting the national championships, and again, once you pass that, the Olympic Games, right? It's just that again, I'm probably just used to seeing a little bit more fire, but I don't mind the tactics, as I'm saying. If it's tactical, that's why we're running the way we're running. I'm like, okay, cool. It is what it is. We just have to get with the program. Jasmine Sawyers is an excellent commentator pundit. I know she might be disappointed about the Olympics, but this will be her next transition. She also an accomplished singer. Yeah. Actually, I did think one time she actually quit. I did think one time that she quit track and field. I was just gonna focus on commentary only, and then I just randomly saw her back jumping. I was like, oh, she didn't quit. I swear, I thought she quit. So yeah. All right, so Chepkovic is still leading. She has like a 20 meter gap. Well, this is not 20, this is like 30. But she's heavily strapped on her, what's that? Right knee. So I don't know what that's keeping in place. Looks like it's the knee. Looks like it's the knee. Shot Diamond, I'm so glad you brought it up. The Chinese athletes are doing a great one. The juniors, they have a phenomenal under 20, 10.15 it was, he ran, I believe. And also a phenomenal under 20 200-meter guy right now. The Chinese are looking really, really good. And I'm like, there's a World Junior Championship this year. And that's why I was so concerned when I was talking about where Jamaica is stacking up, from an under 20 perspective. I keep watching the rest of the world and I'm like, it looks like it's just going to be a tough year overall for the juniors for Jamaica. I'm not going to lie. It looks like it's going to be a tough year. Looking forward to seeing Seville, Thompson, and Evans. I am not worried. Um, I won't say I'm not worried, but my thing is, I just want to see. I want to see you guys. Remember, Shawnee wanted to do the 200 meters. There's that as well. Good morning, coach. What's up? Um, so is it possible she might exclusively focus on the 200 also? I don't know. I don't know if I feel like I don't know if I want to say the 200-meter field is so hot right now. Um, I think that the chance really does stand over the four because really, when you look at it, there are only a handful of athletes that are able to keep pace with Shawnee Miller-Weeble at her best. Over the 200 meters, the field is much more, deep. So if I was gonna choose an event based on what's the better likelihood that I medal, it's clearly the four, not the two. If I'm just trying to do new things and try to see how far I can go in an event, then sure I'll choose the two and train as hard as I can, try to be the best and see what happens at the end of the day. Um, Yeah, but and which is why I thought again she'd be going with the Maltese, but I don't know. She can do either. She's so talented, so I don't even know. Da, da, da. Hey, good morning, Princess T. Good morning, Coach. I think these guys should start thinking about breaking your scenes and Asafa. What? Breaking your scenes and Asafa previous record before they can think of the current world record. Um. Okay, so Coach, or is it Chef Roach's child? These names. I think it's Chef Coach. Um. Let me go back and tell you the results. So the women's steeplechase is over. So Chepkoech takes the win. Beatrice Chepkoech takes the win. 9 minutes 07.36 seconds. Chemutai from Uganda. So Chepkoech is from Kenya. Chemutai is from Uganda. 9 minutes 15.46 seconds. And Krauser from Germany. 9 minutes 16.24 seconds. And Krauser apparently is just back from giving birth. So this is a good race, good season's best for her. Let's see how the season goes. These guys are talking about breaking world records. Should think about. Oh, I think I read this already. I wouldn't be surprised if Banks has a breakout year. I think he's talking about the Diamond League early in the morning for what we on the side of the world. China is about 15 hours ahead. I'm not sure I understand. I mean, the times aren't fast, but also think the coaches are probably careful because the last time these athletes had an off year was 2020. The priority this year should be staying healthy. Definitely agree. Definitely agree that prioritizing staying healthy as well as targeting what is most important. I remember last year Akeem didn't make the individual team out of the national or national trials. So again, making sure that you target your season specifically to peak when the time is right, and clearly that is the national championships, and you're gonna need to peak for that. Based on what is to come, he's gonna need to be ready for that for sure, and then take it from there after, right? So I think probably that is what is happening again. It's just that from a fan perspective, you may be looking at it and everything seems a bit glum. But I understand the reasoning, as I'm saying. I definitely understand the reasoning as to why things seem as slow as it stands right now. But yeah, from a fan perspective, I would just love to see something fiery. Like you're watching a football match or something, and you want to see more goals scored, stuff like that. So that's just pretty much what I'm thinking. It's a bit selfish, yes, I agree. But it's a bit selfish of me to want to always see phenomenal performances. But it's sport; you always want to see great performances, right? So I'm not gonna pretend like I don't want to see great performances. I want to see awesome stuff. I don't know. These guys look like they're really struggling in the high jump. I think Javon Harrison from the United States has the world lead with a 3 point, not a 3, is it 3? Yeah, 3.34. Yeah, 3.34 meters. I believe he has the world lead at. So I haven't really seen, the usual guys really, bid for a higher placing so far. I mean, Bartram is out there with a season best of 2.27 meters. So we all know Bartram is a wild when it comes to personal best with a 2.24 meters. So expecting to see a lot from Bartram. Um, but so far not seeing much. So let us see. Let us see. Again, it just seems like overall a lot of the things the athletes have come in a lot um slower this season for sure. Again, it's the Olympic years. I think everybody's just taking it so seriously and trying to be very careful and just getting off to a really slow start. So what's next up on the track is the women's 100-meter hurdle. So we're looking out for that. Then after that, we have the men's 800 meters and the women's 200 meters and the men's 5,000 and then the men's 110-meter hurdles. See, your audio is really muffled. I don't know if it's muffled because I'm low. I turned it up, guys. I'm so sorry. Are you able to hear me better? Hey, Charlene. Hey, Brian. I don't think I said hey, Brian. What's up? Tell me if this is any better. Let's see what Mondo is able to do today. We all know he broke the world record last week. Um, he said in his interview that he's just gonna try to go as high as he can, and I think that's why you approach. Me not necessarily put pressure on yourself, but just go as high as you can on the day. So yeah, I'm just looking to see how high he'll be able to go this day, right? But there's just so much. He's just so young. I'm just wondering how much further he'll be able to go in the sport. You know what I mean? Oh, I was just low. I'm sorry. Um, I just wish Blake never had that injury in 2013. Blake would have broken both records already. Shake my side. Uh, the 200 probably would have gone for sure. But I think about the one, 9.69, 9.58. But guess what? With how technology has improved, you're probably onto something. Probably you would have broken them. Probably. Probably would have broken them both because technology is just better all the way around. You know what I mean? Better shoes, better tracks, better this, better that. The only thing that they haven't figured out how to manufacture at this point is wind. And they probably soon figure out how to do that to manufacture to make sure that the wind is always at 2.0 meters per second. You know what I mean? So, but things he probably would have broken it. You know what I mean? It's sad, but it's just one of those things in life as well, guys. Okay, so we're ready for the 100-meter hurdles. Okay, so Alicia Johnson, what is she wearing? Is that Fendi? I mean Fenty, not Fendi, Fenty. I just don't see any branding on the outfit. So what shoes does she wear? Come, I don't know if Fenty have shoes. Fenty have training shoes. Does she wear like a Puma? Because I know Fenty collabs with Puma a lot. So I'm just curious. Kambunji is here in lane what is it? Lane 2. Daniel Williams is in lane 3. Interesting placement of Daniel Williams in lane 3. I'm not gonna underestimate Daniel Williams thing. But anyway, she probably doesn't mind being, on the outside a bit. Devin Charlton is here, world indoor record holder. Jasmine Camacho Quinn is here, former, no, sorry, defending Olympic champion. Um, Toby Amosan is in lane 6, and she is the former world champion. Masai Russell is in lane 7. Megan Tapper, Olympic bronze medalist, is here. And Yanni Wu, it's the same exact field from before. I think so. The same exact field. No change. No change, guys. Same people. Same people. I just don't know if I'm liking this Puma outfit. I'm definitely thinking I'm preferring it. I think the best kit this year is the Adidas kit. Guys, tell me your thoughts in the comments. Which kit do you think is the best one this year? And I'm talking about the kit for running on the circuit as a professional athlete. I'm not talking about the national team. Clearly, Puma's kit for Jamaica is the best. I even saw the Trinidad one looks hot. The Bahamian one looks so good um, as well. But for the circuit running in the I don't know, I just don't like it just looks bright. It just maybe it's too colorful. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what, but I don't think it's giving me what I want it to give me. So they're on their marks. Sets. Right there. Oh, false start. I was late rise. I don't know, but Alicia looks like she got a good start. So I'm not sure. And just Logically, looks like she got a much better start than she did last week. It's unfortunate that it was a false start or faulty start. Um, ooh, looks like it's Toby. Ooh, Toby looks like she false started. Ooh, 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 ooh. What are they gonna do? Give her a red or a green or a yellow? I mean, a yellow will be a warning, but the red will be out. But let's see. A red. Crap. They're gonna remove her. They they gave her a red. Ah, but I don't know why America made running on the protest a thing, you know. No, no. Because what they're just gonna do after the race is finished is disqualify you anyway. So what is the point of running on the protest? Because I've never seen an athlete run on the protest and the time stands. They're always DQ'd anyway. So I don't know. Like I wouldn't even bother. I mean, looks like she's put back in the race. Okay, they're gonna allow her to run on the protest. Are they? What are they doing? They took her out. Okay. Okay. Looks like she's running on the protest, but I just think it's pointless. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anybody get put back in a race after the fact. So maybe just to run for running's sake. Okay, fine, I get it. But as so they wait, they're throwing her out. They're not letting her run on the protest. What is happening? Okay, no, they're letting her run on the protest. I don't know. It's confusing at this point. Okay, so I think she probably just wants to run for running sake because again, they're gonna disqualify you anyway. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen a false start overturned after the fact. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, and Kamacha Queen is recently engaged as well. All right, so here we go. They already put up a DQ on Diamond League for Toby Amusan. So even though she's still in the race, the DQ is already up. Wait, Alicia raises her hand. I have a question. So separate and apart from being DQ'd, right? I've never thought about this, but separate and apart from being DQ'd, right? And clearly you're not gonna be winning any you're not gonna be getting any money from your placement in the race. Um do you still get money from your sponsor for this run? Because technically you're still out there running, you know what I mean? So do you still, make money from this from a sponsorship perspective? I've never thought about that. Puma. Display what's happening now. Sorry, I can't. Your network is too poor. Can't help you, sir. Hey, Johnny, what's up? What is up? All right, so we're getting back the 100-meter hurdles. Remember, the girls run 100-meter, guys. The men run 110. Don't duck one another. Every meet they are racing each other. 100-meter girls should take note from that. I think it's a bit different, and I'm going to tell you why after. All right, so they're sets. Or I mean, they're in the blocks. Sets. Okay, off. Debbie, great start. Better start than everybody else, and she should be able to hold. Here comes Daniel Williams. Also, Kamacha Queen is trying to respond. Toby Amazon is also responding as well. Let's see. Kamacha Queen. Toby Amazon takes it. Unfortunately, she's DQ'd. Kamacha Queen was second, and Devin Charlton third. I believe Daniel was fourth. Let me see the times. So Toby takes it, but Kamacha Queen is the winner, obviously. Then Devin. It was a great photo finish, you know. So So Camacho Queen wins, but here the thing is, I like this execution better from Debbie Charlton than last week. So much better execution. So she's getting into the thick of things. So I like it. Why is the results not up? Right, the results haven't come up yet. I don't know what's taking so long. Um, I want to see the time. But much better execution from Charlton. So remember last week I was talking about how much she lost ground based on how much how well she started. This time around she held it. She definitely held it for much longer. Pretty much lost out on the line. Um, so let me see if the times are now up. I'm not seeing any time. Nobody has seen it. Not even the people on the feed haven't seen no results. So I don't know. But anyway, let's take a good. Daniel looked like she stumbled. Daniel looked like she stumbled out of the blocks for sure. She was definitely able to readjust and still run well. But Toby Amazon stopped and through. She was just able to move through. And that is what you see when you have superior foot speed. This is what you're able to do off the last hurdle because she literally moved from fourth to first over the last hurdle, right? And that is clearly superior foot speed. Now, when we talk about personal best in over the 100 meters, um, I think she's the fastest here. Does she have a 11:14? Is it 11:04 personal best? She has a 11, either 11:14, 11:04 personal best. Let me double check. And Toby got a really bad start. A really bad start. Let me see the final hurdle. Um, yeah. Oh no no. Okay, by the time she was over the last hurdle, she was in third, but still, that was a superior foot speed. Another person that is able to do that well also is Brittany Anderson. Even though she doesn't seem fast based on her personal best, which is why I would love to see these athletes run a 100 every now and again to see how fast they really are. I don't think the results have come up even now. Okay, so the results are now in. The time is 12.63 seconds for Jasmine Camacho Queen. Devin Charlton 12.64. Daniel Williams 12.74. Masai Russell 12.76. Alicia Johnson 12.78, which is a season best for her. Megan Tapper runs another season best 12.83. So again, Megan Tapper is slowly but surely incrementally getting faster and faster. Devin has to do some endurance if she wants a podium. I just think it's probably just an execution issue for Devin because versus last week versus this week, there's a huge difference in terms of executing her race. And remember, Devin, that was Devin's first run outdoors, the one last week. So race more will just solidify her technical execution over the all phases of. I don't necessarily see it as an endurance issue based on what I'm seeing. I just think it's an execution issue, and that will be fixed the more you race, pretty much. And there's a vast improvement versus what I saw last week. So yeah, let's see what happens as the weeks progress with Devian Charlton. But yeah, some more great running, some more great running. All right, so the Arshim is over 2.27 meters in the high jump. What is this? The men's 800 meters is now up. So let's see. Okay, Arab is not here. Who is here? Okay, so Clayton Murphy's here. Oh, Mark English. Ermias Germa. Ethan Hussey. Slimani Mola. Child, these names. El Gaze. Then we have Masale. Then you have Kinyamal. Then Kramer. Then we have Kip Gatish. There's so many Kips. And Gani. And then we have the pacemaker. Let's see what's happening here in terms of season's best. Okay, so Kinyamal looks like he has a shoe in for the win, and also Maselele. Those look like the two athletes in the field that are, in the best shape, you would say, so far this season. But it's 800 meters. It's also a tactical race. Let's see what will happen as the race transpires. How come Kinyamal looks so old all of a sudden? I'm sure Kinyamal is younger than this. Wait a minute. Let me check some. Let me check Kinyamal's age. What's his name? Why Kinyamal? Yeah, Kinyamal is looking like he's in his proper 30s and he's only 26. Oh boy, I swear to you. Anyway, the pacemakers now setting the pace of the race. Good pacing because the rest of the field is, you know, tracking him. So they want to be pacing and way ahead of the rest of the athletes. Right. So based on their pacing, apparently they're ahead of the world lead. Right. So 49.76, going much faster than the race last weekend. So let's see. All right. So the pacemaker looks like he's done his time. Let's see here. El Gese is leading. Kinyamal is ranging up. He's put himself into third. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so Mola is leading. Here comes Kinyamal. All right, Mola looks like he's holding the inside lane and holding strong, but Kinyamal is fighting. Oh, Mola is moving away. He won't be able to be caught. So Mola will take the win. Kinyamal second. 144.55 for the win. Again, tactical running. These distance races are, well, then again, all the racing is tactical, to be fair. It's just that some of them are so fast that you can't really see the tactics sometimes. But a lot of tactical running here with these longer distances that you're able to see, play out on the track while you're. Um, all right, next up is the women's 200 meters. Chuck Princess is running today in the race of the year so far for Brianna Bubbles this time. It was certainly not calling her breezy. Not any of them retired. Retired. Let me see the start list for this race. Give me a second, there. Let me see the start list for this race. Oh, I'm gonna surprise the wind. I'm gonna surprise the wind in a Brianna list on the favor today. I swear to you. Oh, no, I don't want to see start. I don't want to see that. Is this it? Hold on there, guys. I'm trying to find the info. thought. Let me go through this. I don't know, maybe this way. All right, let me see what's happening here for analysts. I went to my page. Put it free. Oh, I can't see the events. Why? Look, I didn't put up the I haven't put up the events. I'm not sure with the start list. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna have to go through this PDF. So Brianna runs a 200 with Nikisha Price, Kayla Jackson, Amber Ann, Mackenzie Long, Otto Milson, Thelma Davis, and Rosie F. Young. This is going to be a good race. She's also in the 4x1, and it seems the 4x4. Wait a minute. Yeah, she runs a 4x1 and the 4x4. Okay. I think this is a race. Brianna can win. I don't think most of these athletes are 400 athletes, or at least their best event is the four. Based on what I'm seeing here, I'm just hoping for a better wind. Honestly, something that is legal. I'm dating for a new person on this. What's this thing not working? My schedule for Diamond League has popped down, it seems. The person that will break 9.58 is not alive yet. I don't know if I would say they're not alive yet. Probably we haven't really seen the talent come to fore yet. But um, I just don't think among these crapper guys, they are as close as they think they are. And I don't think they're as close as they believe they are. And just wishing upon a star to see the track gods are going to make conditions perfect and everything is just going to go great for you to break this world record for me. Um, is looking down on the time one because if you think that some magic is going to happen to make you be able to break 9.58, separate apart from just being wildly talented and executing on the day, you know what I mean, is beyond me. I don't know anybody that's out here breaking world records that aren't wildly talented, you know what I mean? Um, this is what I look like. I don't know if the Diamond League page is down or if it's my thing that's not loading. But anyway, I'm trying to load it up on over here. Let me see if it's gonna come up. You know what I'd love to see Jamaicans break into? And I'm trying to understand why we're not, better in it. The javelin. I mean, it doesn't involve us doing it, jumping over their heights. It's interesting because I think about how Jamaicans love to throw a stone. I have a sister that can throw stones, you see? Her hand is so straight. If you wanna ever catch it up in a one fight, just be, no matter how far you're there, she go throw a rock stone and believe you me, it go lick you. Oh gosh. So it's interesting that Jamaicans don't really do the javelin. I mean, we do the shot and the discus. You know what I mean? But the javelin is reminiscent to me personally of rock stone throwing, right? Oh, the Diamond League website popped down. Okay. It seems that the Diamond League page is down. It's saying we're working to restore the services. Okay. All right. So the website is down apparently, so I can't see anything on that. So guys, unfortunately, I can't give you the times as they come up as the page will come back up. But yeah, The 200 meters for the women is up. So let's see if Shakiri is able to improve on the performance last week. Let's see. Let us see. You don't know that Jamaicans are a breed of rockstone pearls. I swear. Have you ever seen people fighting in the and I don't want to really say the garrison or the ghetto, but have you ever seen people fighting in some of these communities or they get flinging stone? Especially, and I think flinging stone is probably a woman thing. It's a woman thing. To be, I don't know if I see men do as much towards as I see women. So Sam Changes is out at 5.92 meters in the high jump. I mean pole vault. So it means that he's cleared 5.82 meters. He's still in second place. The only person I believe leading him now is Armand Duplantis or Mondo. Um, he has already broken the meeting record, jumping or clearing 5.92 meters. Guys, the reason you're seeing so many meeting records at this particular meet or these Chinese meets is because they're relatively new diamond meet. Oh, wow, that was easy. He easily flew over 6 meters. Wow. Made that look easy. Okay, so the plant is just cleared 6 meters. As I was saying, these diamond leagues I believe are new. Or at least the venue is new, right? So with that said, you're gonna see a lot of meeting records, which is why we saw a meeting record last week. Was it in the women's 200 meters, even though the time was so slow? I don't think it was the same venue clearly, but again, the meeting is right. Um, especially make sure that you can change events year by year. You may have a 100 meters for the women 1 year, while you have a 200 meters the other year. Jamming was on from last year. I just don't recall the events that they took part in, other than the men's 100 to be fair. I would recall Kishing just going there and running it super fast and just being excited. Um, anyway, Tanisha Twerry is here in lane 8. Daryl Nita is in lane 7. Ooh, I'm interested to see Adriana Nisa's progress in this season. Excited for her. She's been looking really good from last year. Shakira Richardson is in lane 6. Richardson, sorry, has the chest, chest deep, chest, no, what do you think? What she always, her chest is always stuck out. I swear to you, Tamara Clark is in lane 5. When it comes to a photo finish, that chest is going to beat y'all. A Navia battle. Tell you about that this Adidas outfit here. This Adidas outfit is a different level of sexy. Anthony Strawn is in lane 3. Mujinga Kambunji is in lane 2. And Chandler is in lane 1. As I made mention of the 200 meters, Christine Mboma ran a 200 meters recently and she ran 24. I want to say 24.3, I think. 24.3. So on the back of that 100 meters, that was a 12 point whatever it was, and now we're down to a 24.3. I don't know if she's going to be able to be back this season at all. Um, maybe next year. And then there's still also, the concern of if she'll be back, you know what I mean, ever as well. But anyway, let's see. Anyway, the girls are on their marks. Set. All right, they're off. Pretty even break. Okay. Tamara Clark gets a better start this time around. Darlita is also flying on the outside. Here comes Anila Battle and also Mujinga Kambunji. They swing in. Darlita takes the lead. Wow, Darlita is gone. All right, and she's pushing. Here comes Anila Battle. Also Mujinga Kambunji. Shakira is fading. Okay, here comes Darlita. She takes the lead. 5.62. Shakira is a whole third, and Aniva Battle is second. I'm waiting for the times to come up.
Darnita is this our first race of the season? I want to say 22.62. Whoa. Give me a second. I first Diamond League of the year, but I want to see what her season has been looking like. Daryl Nita. I want to see how much she's run. Okay, so 22.62 for battle. Oh, not for battle, sorry. Oh, it's gone off the screen. And the Diamond League website is down. Sorry, I just have the first place win. So Darnita wins with 22.62. I didn't get grab the other times, unfortunately. Um, Fantastic running from Darnita. Swinging off with the lead. You know what I mean? And Navy Battle definitely dug deep to try to come back at her, but Darnita was going. There was no catching her. Shakira Richardson just held on for third, with Tamara Clark fourth and Mujinga Kambuju fifth. Anthony Sean looked like she was sixth. I don't even know where TT Terry was. Maybe she was seventh. I think maybe seventh, based on how this field was structured. Anyway, let me look at um Darnita's season. Okay, so she's run a bunch of sixes indoors, four, and she's running a 4x1 and a 4x4. Okay, so this is her first outdoor race. Um, so great running. Great running. I've been talking about her from last year. She made the switch that was required to improve, and she's improved by leaps and bounds. So this is going to be another great year for Daryl Nito. Very great year. So I'm excited. Um, Haruka Kitaguchi throwing well here for Japan. She's in seventh though in the javelin. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Yes, I wonder why we don't have any world throws. Those were bought. No, yeah, I know they were bought, but I'm saying they say ahead of her. Like she knows how to talk like this to make sure that when I'm at the line, if it's a photo finish, then my chest is ahead of yours. Um, whoa. Yeah, Darlita looked good. Yes, it is. Nikes, darling, Nugget, Nugget, what? Nikes, darling, Nugget, you. I'm not sure I understand. Next, darling, losing again. What's happening? What's happening to the juice, guys? Let's not say things. Chuck Xavier needs to win. What's going on here? According to the Americans, she's the face of track and field. When I said yesterday that she's not the face of track and field, y'all, told me I was throwing shade, unnecessary shade at Shakiri. What? Mhm. It is what it is at this particular point. You know what I mean? She places third, so and even worse, you would say performance because based on the distance she was behind Darrenita. I believe that this time is even slower than it was last week. Actually, the page now load, me no know what going. Let me see if the page come back up. Let me refresh. Please be working. Nothing. Okay. It's not working. So I don't know the times, guys. I don't know what the hell of a times that they run. See, it looked like a correct. It's how they came at me yesterday. I said saying I was wrong. I was like, okay. Shakira is supposed to be keeping us fed. Right now she not feed me nothing. I don't know what to say. She ain't feeding me. Not at all. Check is it unfortunately the Diamond League website is down, so I can't see the live results. I wonder if anybody screenshotted it and posted it online. Let me go look. Because y'all know how these social media people get. Let me see if somebody posted the times. Okay, no, I don't see anybody posting the times for that race just yet. I wonder why it done gone long time already. Ah, so there's this track page that I visit, like, when I want some international information based on American athletes. And right now, they put up what's this? A zip lip. Emoji like silence. Uh, I'm assuming it's some man who runs this page. I'm like, my man is stunned into silence. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. I want to see the time though. Jesus, if the page, the service is still down. Did nobody catch that little screenshot for see the time name? Jesus. No, what is that right about now? Come here, look for time and me can't see time. Let me go over Diamond League, go look at Diamond League post nothing. Diamond League. You know, that was probably the first place I should have went, but anyway, whatever. Diamond League. Let me see what's going on. Diamond League is not even up to date with their own standings. Nope. The last thing we posted over here, I saw the hurdles, women's hurdles. Let me go to Instagram. See if there's anything on Instagram in terms of the time. Maybe somebody posted the race over there. And I can see the little last snippet of the latest last snippet of the thingy. Boy, you know, everybody looks at their behind in terms of posting. So I don't know what the times were. Uh, No, sir, I can't 22:69 because Darnita run in 22:62. You sure I said Darnita wasn't 22:60 two? I'm sure I saw 62. She clocked 23 one. Yes, yes, I said it. Based on how far she was from Darnita, it had to be over. It had to be slower than last week. So 23:11. The site is not working. Yeah, I realize. What is going? What the heck is going on with Richardson? No, no, we can say early season, but she usually hits her stride even in early season. I mean, the only thing I would say is what I was using earlier as an excuse for the men to say that maybe they're trying to really target and hone in on the national championships. So whether it's the USA championships, you know. So at this particular point in time, everybody's just focused on not necessarily running fast right now to please us the fans that want to see fast running, but really target the fast running for June when it matters and turning up at their national championships in perfect shape, perfectly peaked to walk away with a spot because that's what's important. Not necessarily winning at your national championships, but placing in top three. Right. Once you're in top three, you get a spot on the team, and then we're off to the Olympic Games. So I'm thinking that's probably what's happening. From a fan perspective, clearly it doesn't look as appealing, especially when you're used to athletes running faster around this time of the year, right? But from a tactical perspective, again, if that's what's happening, then it makes sense to me. Um, I'm worried about this USA ladies slow times. I wonder if they are trying to copy the front of method and time peaking. Something is fishy, which is that's what I'm saying. Seems she's been made the face because of the 100 meters. You same one said it's about the 100-meter flagship. No, I agree that when it comes to the 100 meters, it's the blue ribbon event. I think you're probably on Coaches X's live recently, which is why you're seeing that. So a poster was put up, and the question was asked why is she in the middle and why is Elaine on the outside. So I said, this is a World Athletics poster, and this is a performance-based poster. If you think about the most recent performances, then yes, Shakiri winning the blue ribbon event would put her right in front, right? The likes of a Cindy McLaughlin, Leveroni, or Elaine Thompson Hera, though performances are stellar from an Olympic standpoint or even World Championship standpoint, they have not been recent. So even though they're on the poster, they wouldn't be at the forefront, which is why Noah Lyles has his big ass head there as well because he walked away with 3 gold medals. You know what I mean? So from that perspective, yeah. But is she the face of track and field? No. That's all I'm saying. Well, that's my opinion. Um, Shaka is the face of hot topics and scandalous behavior when positiveness is in. Huh? I think she run bad. Hello. I'm not sure I follow. It may people if you not run a little decent right now, then I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Um, Honestly, this season doesn't really feel like any other season, so maybe this is another learning transition for us as fans of the sport to see how else preparation can happen that will still lead to the same result, right? Because at the end of the day, if we're still going to get the same result at the Olympic Games, at the national trials, then if this is what they're doing, then okay, sure, then we have to take this into consideration going forward. And hey, we can come out much slower and still achieve what we need to achieve, right? Um, Nita was 22.66. Guys, I'm sure I saw 22.62. The US women are going to get beaten in Nassau next week. Wait and see. Maybe not their 4 by 1, but there's a chance they're going to be beaten too. Um, The thing about most countries is that they have one set of athletes that are good. So if they're gonna be sending the relays the same, athletes and it's the same world class athletes, but USA, I don't believe are sending their best team in any other relay, like in any other relays. To be fair, so if they're beaten, it's not surprising. It's not their A team. They may have one athlete on it that you may consider their A person, but it's certainly not everybody, right? So, guys, I don't want us to be disingenuous because it's the same thing used for Jamaica. God knows who Jamaica is sending. I don't even remember anymore. I've forgotten about the release. I'm not looking forward to watching the world release at all. Um, Good job, Nita and Dina run 20. Yes, and Dina run a 22.29. I did a video on that. I probably drop it after this the damn league has ended. So yeah. Um, Nita 22 6-2, Battle 22.99, and Richardson 22.13, Clark 22.13. Okay, thank you. Uh, yes, Shakira should be dropping something mid, just like you see Darlene dropping a mid 22. It should be someplace around mid. I shouldn't be seeing any. As a matter of fact, last year when Ilian did around 23, so don't tell me say Ilian done. You remember? I remember when Ilian come around 23, must it three? Oh, on a dog, me upon tell me say Ilian now do nothing that season, yeah. Now, care what kind of excuse me find for Elaine in the dark me up in the comment section and tell me say we come off it. Elaine ain't doing nothing this season, right? So I don't know. Make we see. I'm a learner. I will learn, as the season progresses. I just want to see how it goes, honestly. But it's for me personally, based on what I've seen in previous years, it's not the best look. But let us see. Um, Shakira too active. The sponsorship keep her active. Nike. Shakira beer sponsorship right about now. All right, so right now they're gonna run the men's 5,000 meters, so that's gonna take a while. Shakira running like she ate too much during the off season. She looks a bit thick. I won't lie, she looks heavy. Probably that's attributed to lifting a lot of weights. Let's see. Um, Sharika would up duster again. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt that she's loaded and waiting until the big three steps out. Well, I don't think she's waiting until the big three steps out because if this is a coaching plan to structure your training to peak for the national championships, I don't think it has anything to do with the big three, to be fair. Um, so I don't think, let's say, for instance, Elaine and Shelly and Sherika step out tomorrow. Shaqiri isn't gonna go from miraculously 22, 23, 1 to, 22 seconds on the nose. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just think whatever is going on, it could be coaching. I don't know. It could be the worst case scenario that she's not doing what she needs to be doing. But I'm not sure because there are multiple people that are looking terrible right now. So I have to wait and see. You know what I mean? I have to wait and see. I have to be fair, guys. Shakira isn't the only one that is not looking good. There's so many athletes that I'm looking at right now that are giving. I have a big question mark over my head right now as it relates to what's happening on the track. I don't know what's going on. It just doesn't. It's not giving me what it's supposed to give. But she running 200 meters for endurance, so she is building. I don't know. That's a tactic I think Dennis is using. I don't know if it's she's running the 200 meters for endurance. I know she's running the 200 meters because she plans to double. I don't know if it's just for endurance, you know what I mean? But let's see. She looks heavy though, so I will say that she is definitely loaded. That's what I would say because she looks much thicker than the typical Shakira. Um, okay, so Armand tried at the 6.25 meters, but he failed on his last attempt. So on to the next meet. She cannot be the face of track and field. One race can't give you that title. She barely won that race because of an error from Jocko. You know, it's so funny that I hear everybody talking about this error nowadays, but when I pointed it out when it happened in the moment, most people got up surprised. But I hear a lot of people talking about it now. You know what I mean? I think I was one of the few people that spot that Cherry was just busily focusing on only Shelly. You know what I mean? And I gave my explanation as it relates to why I thought that Shelly was the only factor in the race. She literally thought Shelly was the only factor in the race. But it is what it is. Done and gone. To be honest, I have no problem with her having that tag as the face of track and field. She did the Blue Ribbon event at the World Championships, like it or not. Controversy sells, and she's prime time. She's marketable. I can rock with that. Same, sadly, I'm watching World Release from yesteryear. The good is, I not look forward to this year at all. I mean, I'm gonna have to cover it, but I remind you guys a lot that I am a track fan. I still want to see great performances from our athletes. So it's not just me, covering track and field just to cover track and field. No, I want to see stuff happening on the track for Jamaica. You know what I mean? Um, I wish Eric Elaine did run another 200 meter today. I think at the same Birmingham, or wherever she did go run that 200 meter today. Everybody go dust me on that time, Mr. Alien. Done for this season. His mercy. It's feeling lackluster as it pertains to this season so far. Yes, it is. They better make sure the camera and highlight is on Nika. The camera was based on my angle. Terry was complaining about a lot of drug testing. I know when I was training, if you give blood, it throws you off for a while. Yeah, but the best have gone through the same thing. So these things have all of the best athletes in the world. And the better you are, is the more tested you are. You know what I mean? It's just part of the game. You have to shake it off and perform. You know what I mean? Because think about it. When it comes to the Olympic Games, they're going to be testing her over and over and over and over and over again. And you're not going to tell me when she's at the Olympic Games that she's going to underperform because of testing. No, she's going to turn up and run her hardest, right? So it's just part of the game, something that these athletes, these top athletes have to get used to. Um, the rates are back. Drug testing is urine and not blood. Okay. All right, guys. Um, waiting for the last event, the men's 110-meter hurdles. That's it. Once the men's 110 meters, that is the final event of the track. And then we're going to be moving. I'm going to be moving on to other content for the day. There's a lot more events going on today that I have to cover, so y'all just look forward to that. But we're still on the 5,000 meters for the men. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what's happening because I can't see who is who from this angle. And okay, Barrega is leading. Page is still down, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I was hearing that they're taking blood samples now. Where did I hear it? Was it on the race stick or something? I think they were talking about taking blood samples now. So is that they switched up They switched up how they typically drug test you because they're trying to encompass, all the possibilities that exist for cheating. So yeah, your mic is still going in and out. Mhm. Um, One, she's only had. Oh, I think I read this. I also think the back-to-back championships is beginning to take a toll. Yeah, Namdi. I had this view earlier on in the season, but somebody made a valid point that I'm gonna bring up. And I don't remember where I heard the point, but I'm just gonna say it. Anyway. So when you look at every other sports, their seasons run um, every year. So even when you look at like basketball or whatever, most sports is like every 6 months or something like that, right? So and you have a championships, right? So you're always performing at a high level year after year after year. Track and field is the only sport where you get a respite, I guess. Um, whether it's the World Championships every 2 years or the Olympic Games every 4 years. But typically, every world class sport, you're performing at a high level year after year. And even if you take a look at football and you say, oh well, the World Cup is every 4 years, but yeah, but these guys are still going to, you know, they're still doing league football, and then from league football, they have the Champions League, all of these different leagues that they compete in, to see, who is the best team overall. So it's still high level competition all year round. So I don't know um why it is that when it comes to athletics, they make it seem as though athletes are incapable of performing year after year, at a high level. Even when I look at the marathon running. Marathon running is something that happens yearly. I don't know if marathon was taking a break. I don't think the marathon takes a break ever. I'm sure this is something that happens every year, right? So again, at a high level every solitary year, right? So I don't know. I think the only thing I can say is that when it comes to track and field per se, maybe there are certain intricacies when it comes to delivering in each event. So training is um specific to certain, I guess attacks the body in a different way than you would say maybe football or something, you know what I mean? That's the only thing you would say. But I mean, when I think about tennis, and all these other sports, they're also, competing yearly. I don't know. I don't know if I can say that's a really valid reason. Yes, we haven't seen it for track and field where the athletes, compete year round. This is the first time. But is it really a problem? You know what I mean? Is it really a problem when you think about every other high profile sport in the world? And I think that's probably why track and field isn't high on the roster as well, is because we keep taking breaks, right? We keep letting people sleep on track and field and be like, okay, in the other next 2 years, next 4 years, right? But every other sport, they're giving you high level competition year in, year out, right? Even cricket, right? Even if you say, oh, the World Cup is so much every years after, you know, it's still giving you high quality competition year in, year out because there's so many competitions, one day, T20, test cricket, year in, year out, and so many leagues as well that you can participate in, that keeps cricket interesting year in, year out. So even though it's not a World Cup every year, by the time you get around to the Year Cup, you haven't been sleeping on cricket for a bunch of years. You know what I mean? So track and field is the only one. I mean, the only thing that keeps track and field maybe active during the off season is Diamond League, but is Diamond League enough? You know what I mean? Is the Diamond League enough to keep us give you that high level competition that you're used to on a championship year? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think I can say that. So I don't know if I can agree. Um, Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the world release. Our team looks dismal. At this point, I would like to see the big team of officials running GC Fossil Spring Tech Relays. Hmm. Lord have mercy. Well, guess what? Nobody else is interested in going, so it is what it is at this point. We can't even grumble about that. Um, where can I watch from the UK? I think BBC, one of the BBCs, maybe like BBC 2 or 3. Um, I'm calling it from no. No American will win the 100 meters. Younger Brianna will make our team for the Olympics. She will stir a surprise. See, the sprints are a bit different. You are trying to get your body to run at maximum speed. Serena can win a Grand Slam and not be fit, but it depends on your skill. A fat Shelly is not running 10.6. Hmm. I get the point from a training perspective, but again, I don't really know the answer to it or which one is really correct if it's athletes are burnt out. I don't know because really and truly it's just 6 months for the year, right? You're performing at this high level for 6 months for the year. You're telling me for the next year your body can't be, in tune for another 6 months of high level competition. I don't know. I don't know. Boriga takes the 5,000 meters in the men for the men. I don't know. Again, it's not like track and field is all year round. It's like what 6 months, a good 6 months of real high class competition, and then that's it. You know, then you get back to I guess you take a break, then you get back to off season training. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Track and field is the only sport that uses the body at a high level to perform. What? Swimming uses the body. Gymnastics uses the body. And I mean without a tool. And I don't know what you mean by uses the body because all of them is using the body. You still need to be using the body to handle the tool, right? As a matter of fact, it's probably even harder because you're handling a tool. And use. I don't know. I think using a tool and pushing your body to the highest level is harder than just pushing your body to the highest level. I mean, call me crazy, but that sounds harder to me, right? Because you're focusing on multiple things at the same time. So I don't know. I don't think I can agree with that. But even if you take that into consideration again, I see these swimming championships are on yearly, and gymnastic competitions are also on yearly as well. And yeah, that's the body, and they're performing at a higher level. So I don't know. The only event that is left now is the men's 110-meter hurdles. We say wait till who's this? Elaine win both the 100 and 200 meters in Paris. I said what I said. It's going to be very interesting if Elaine Thompson here manages to triple. We're going to be having a very, very interesting conversation as relates to who is the greatest at that particular point. You know what I mean? A very interesting conversation is going to be had at that particular point. That's for sure. Broadway Parchment and McLeod will sweep. Yes, I'm drinking the Lulu Kool-Aid, but we'll see. If we can send such a big three to the Olympic Games, then it's a possible. It's definitely possible. Not looking down on Grant Holloway or any other top hurdler in the world, but I don't see why we need to not acknowledge the fact that we also have three great hurdlers and it's possible. You know what I mean? You're not diminishing anybody else's light, but you're just highlighting the fact that Jamaica has three great athletes and it's possible that Jamaica can walk away with a 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Um, Dina and Nita, go Brits. Wait, do you what? Wait, do what was the time in the women's 110? It was 12:62, I think. Let me go back. I think the page is up now. 1 second. 12:06. 12.63. So Jasmine Camacho win with 12.63. Devin Charlton was second, 12.64, and Daniel Williams was third, 12.74. Um, Injury is a part of sport. Yeah, injury is a part of sport. Every athlete gets injured. We always have to sport from time to time. That's part of it. So you can't use injury as an excuse as well. You know what I mean? All of these athletes. What I do recognize is that I think somebody pointed this out. I don't remember if it was Stephen Francis or Glenn Mills. I think one of them spoke about it years ago when they made a comparison with basketballers and they say the basketballers get injured from time to time as well, but they recover much quickly, are much more quickly because of the technology used in terms of getting them ready. Jamaica probably doesn't have the infrastructure, or track and field doesn't have the infrastructure for them to utilize these methods to get athletes back to their best as fast as possible. Right, so there's that. There's not much money in track and field for you to use the best, things available, the best medicine available and by medicine, I don't necessarily mean intaking something in you, like a drug. I mean, like, all these machines that you see these people go inside of, to help them, heal, stuff like that. So, that's also part of it as well. So I would say that, but still, again, all these sports are on yearly. So I don't know. Um, Point of information slash controversy. Only in Nakak region that we are overly obsessed with the 100 meters to 200 meters. In Europe, where money is made in the sport of in interest lies with 400 meters marathon. Oh, I would say it's not. I don't want to say it's Nakak because Nakak includes America, because Americans are actually more interested in the long distance running. And I was even having a conversation recently with I don't remember where I was. I was live. I don't remember whose live I was on, if it was mine or Coach's Dex's, but we're talking about where the money is in track and field, and the money is in running. That's where apparel is sold in running. People are buying running shoes, right? So the marathon, that's why the marathoners make so much money versus, the sprinters, right? Or the long distance athletes. That's why they make so much money, because they're literally selling running shoes. You know what I mean? So I know North America is obsessed with long distance running, and the rest of the world that doesn't include, I guess, maybe just the Caribbean. Maybe it's just the Caribbean that is sold on the short sprints. You know what I mean? Um, See, Justin Gatlin on the Ready Set Go podcast noted that Botswana is quietly putting together a beast 4x4. What are your thoughts? Prodigal Son, I guess you weren't watching me last year. I pointed this out from last year, so I'm not surprised. I was looking forward to this. If I did do my live on Wednesday, if I didn't have a power outage, then I would have spoken more about it. But yeah, this is something that I was talking about from last year. And it's just, coming together real great for them in this Olympic year. So I'm looking out for them. Definitely think it's going to be a crazy 4x4 team for sure. Hands down. I was thinking that from last year, and it's even better this year. So, yeah, I think it's fantastic. But I think it's important that you guys, one, watch the videos, watch the lives as well, because I don't think everything will be done in like a short video. A lot of things I say in lives as well. But I think I vividly remember doing a video, short video on the 4x4 last year. And I don't recall, I do know that I've deleted a few videos, and I've deleted them because of copyright issues, but I don't know if I've had to delete that particular video. So they're probably still up on the channel. You guys just have to watch the videos. Like, I put out content sometimes and you guys don't watch, and then you're surprised, when stuff happen. But I'm not necessarily surprised because, again, when I've been talking about it, you guys just need to watch the content. Let me go over to my page and see what is there. Let's see if me have not upon Botswana in a short form video. View channel. Let me search and see what's here. Let me search and see what's here. Let's see Botswana. Um,
Botswana. So the men's 110-meter hurdles are on the track. I'm actually not seeing the video, so maybe I did it in a live, um, or maybe it was inside of another video. Who knows at this particular point? But I know I spoke about it from last year. Probably was live, or maybe I deleted it because I did have copyright issues last year, so maybe it's gone. All right, Hands of Parchment with his grace, first ever athlete. I love that Puma allows this type of brand partnership for the athletes to maximize their earning potential. I don't see Nike doing it. No, I think I saw Nike on one athlete, Vashti Cunningham, I think. She was the only Nike athlete I saw with, other brand sponsorship across on the side of the Nike outfit. But Puma is the one that I realized started it. I see the likes of Mondo Duplantis, Motors Escher Barshim, those people with like Red Bull on the side um of their fit. Let me open up the hurdles and see what's happening here. I think this is pretty much the same field from last week, if I'm not mistaken. No, we have Jamal Britt. Was he there last week? Ah, the page isn't loading, man. Okay, so Jamal Britt is here. We have Jeong Ju, Jeong Yi, no, Joey Zhu, um, Izumiya Shunsuke. Then we have Daniel Roberts, then we have Hunter Parchment, then we have Cardell Tinge, and we have Eric Edwards, and then we have Zhu Shenlong. So that's who is here. Okay, so Daniel Roberts took the win last week, right? Hunter Parchment started good enough for me. Good enough for me. I liked the 12-3. That's something to build on. Um, I don't know. The conditions don't seem the best. I think it was raining. I believe I saw some rain either yesterday or something. So maybe it's cold. I'm not sure because I was looking at the times across the board. All the times across the board, other than the long distance times, look a bit on the slow side. So what I will say is that I don't foresee it being faster than last week, but maybe the placing will be different. I'm expecting a stronger race from Hansa Parchment or stronger placing from Hansa Parchment this time around. Maybe the times won't be much different again because I don't know if the conditions are the best. Um, and then some of you may say, but yet here I was harping and Shakira is 23.11. It's still 23 seconds. It's still not good. It's still not good. I won't change my mind. Oh my lord. They're getting in their blocks. Yeah, the times haven't been really good today, Jordan, to be fair. Across the board. Um I saw some rain yesterday, I think, or something, or I don't remember, but I'm just wondering. Because the times are slower than last week. Let's see. Set. They're off. Okay. Robert gets a good start. Hansa Parchment is in it, but Drew is also coming. Hansa Parchment gets a better run. His placement, he comes in for second, third, maybe. I'm not sure. But Robert takes it. The time 13.12. See, I said the times won't be much different, but I believe the placings will be different. And so said, so done. Hansa Parchment gets a much better running this time around. He was either second or third. Let me look at the time. But he definitely came back, and that's what we want to see. Last week he didn't get to really accelerate in the race. His typical acceleration that you're used to. But what I pointed out is that this is typically a good start for the likes of Hans Parchment because he usually comes up much slower, right? So he ran a season's best 13.26 in this race. Izumiya was second with a 13.23. So good running, 13.12 for the win. Izumiya 13.23 and Parchment 13.26. So again, good running. Cardell Tinge 13 point what's it? All right, let's see here. So Roberts gets a good start and he keeps going. Well, Hansi Parchment starts to eat in on the lead.
Izumi just had a great start and just tried to maintain, which he finished really strongly. So yeah, I think things are looking good for Hansel. Where he's at right now, I think it's just perfect for Hansel. And you will just see that top end. Slowly but surely you'll see Hansel's top end do what it typically does, right? So I like this one. I like this one from Hansel Parchment. But yeah, I don't think we're probably gonna be seeing anything special unless we change the honestly. Let's see what happens for the next one. Is it so um comes up on May 10th. Let's see. Let's see. There's a lot of 400s and 400 meter hurdles that are coming up in Doha. Doha's conditions. Doha's conditions can be iffy, you know. Hanzo gets a really terrible start though. Lord Hanzo, we need to work on a start. Hanzo get the worst start, I think. Hanzo did the run up back. No, wait, it wasn't the worst. Probably like the third worst start. You know what I mean? But I think the two Chinese were worse than him, right? Hanzo Parchment. But he definitely came back for sure, and that's what you need. And Hanzo has this tendency to be able to time his race perfectly. And for me, it's slowly coming together. It's definitely slowly coming together. So I don't mind these losses from a Hanzo Parchment perspective because I know um, how Hanzo typically runs, and I know that he'll definitely get it right. And it's definitely slowly coming together a lot sooner also. It's coming together a lot sooner than it typically does as well because sometimes, man, I no lie, and makes me worried, and he literally only turns up at the trials and runs well. You know what I mean? So things are definitely coming together a lot sooner for him this season for sure. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited because I know for sure that um once Hans is on the plane, he's going to be challenging for gold, which just makes Jamaica's 1, 2, 3 prospects so much better because Rashid Brabel is expected to be in the conversation for gold as well. And even though we haven't seen Omar over the hurdles yet, that 100 meters gives me great hope for what is to come for sure. So, yeah, that is it for the Shanghai Diamond League. Though it's done and dusted, so no more events. That's it. Let's see what you guys are saying here. A lot of time athletes have slight injuries, but they don't acknowledge, especially in training. They ignore the signs and symptoms because they're obsessed with winning or what other people say. Tough track. I think I heard this statement. I don't remember if it was from Shelley, but I think she said athletes are never really 100%. So it would sound weird if an athlete comes out and says they're going through something because really and truly you don't know if the other person next to you is also going through something. You know what I mean? And most often than not, they're also going through something, and but they just choose not to talk about it. You know what I mean? So it's the nature of the game. Good race, yeah. Roberts run. Roberts also ran a similar time. Poetry went faster. That was my expectation, honestly. I won't lie. Poetry is right on track. He always speaks for the championship. Yes, he's normally sore before the main event for sure. I see Poetry out here working slowly and in focus. No need to win. Yeah, for sure. Hans has been working on his start for over 10 years. Yeah, it hasn't clicked yet, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Going to be LOL. He just needs to work on the pickup and the final 4 hurdles. I agree. Hans Department has been working on it for years. It probably just never is going to be a thing. You have some people that their starts are never going to be a thing. Andre DeGrasse is one of them. It just looks like their starts are never going to be a thing. You know what I mean? So I don't really make a big deal out of it. Sure, I'd love it to be, awesome. But if it doesn't, then it is what it is, and we just have to move on with our lives. You know what I mean, guys? But yeah, guys, I've been with you from 5:40 a.m. and now it's 7:15, 8 o'clock, right? So with that said, it was a blast. I'll catch you in the rest of the content that is to come up today. And again, as I said, there are lots of racing to come that are coming up. Professional athletes that are expected to be doing great things, especially over the 100 meters. I'm looking out for that. I'm looking out for our collegiates as well, doing fantastic, and any other senior running happening locally in Jamaica as well. As long as there's something
interesting to speak about, then sure, I will be speaking on it. But with that said, guys, thank you for joining me. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Oh, and the next live stream, guys, is probably going to be tomorrow. I'll do Bermuda, I guess, as a live stream, right? So anyway, as long as there's a stream available, I'm assuming that World Athletics will have it available if or somebody. As long as it's available, then I'll be streaming it. Anyway, bye, guys.